Good morning. This is Vira Reddy, President Computer Science, Government Degree College, Sattupalli. Today my topic is Introduction to Computers. Classification of computers. Explain the classification of computers. Based on the uses of mechanism, computers are classified into three. The first one is analog computers, second one is digital computers, third one is hybrid computer. Here we see the image. This is a classification of computer. This is analog, digital, and computers are classified into three: analog, digital, and hybrid computer. Analog computer. This computer doesn't work with digits. They don't have storage capacity. They are used to measure continuously very physical quantities such as pressure, temperature, volume, speed, voltage, heat, etc. These computers are used in scientific purpose. For example, thermometer, voltmeter, speedometer, ECG machine, like this. This is a analog computer. The computers are classified into three. First one is analog. Based on the work, the computers are classified. The first one is analog. The analog computers doesn't work with digits. They have no storage capacity. They are used to measure the physical quantities: pressure, temperature, volume, speed, voltage, like this. Example: thermometer, voltmeter, speedometer, ECG meter, like this. The second one is digital computers. These computers work with discrete number, zeros and ones. They have storage capacity. They are used to general, commercial, and scientific purpose. Depending on the size, speed, storage, capacity, they are classified into four. The digital computers are work with zeros and ones. They have storage capacity. They are used for general purpose, commercial and scientific, and depending on size, speed, and storage. They are classified into four. First one is The digital computers are classified into four: microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. First one is microcomputer. Microcomputers are small, low cost, and single user digital computer. They consist of CPU, input unit, output unit, storage unit, and software. Although microcomputers are stand-alone machines, they can be connected together to create a network of computers that can be serve more than one user. Microcomputers include desktop computer, notebook, laptop, tablet computer, handheld computer, smartphones, and netbook. Here, the digital computers are the general computers. In the digital computers, we have a microcomputer. We have classified into four. That one, first one is a microcomputer. The microcomputer is smaller in size, low cost, single user. This is a digital computer. In this digital computer, we have a CPU, an input output, storage device, and softwares. The examples are desktop computer, network computer, smartphones, tabs. These are all the microcomputers. Then second one is mini computers. They are also digital computers generally used in multi-user systems. They have high processing speed and high storage capacity than the microcomputers. Here they have a high capacity of storage and processing speed because the many computers are multi-user systems. Many computers can support 4 to 2200 users at a time. The user can access the microcomputers through their PCs or terminals. They are used for real-time application in industries, research, and etc. It is a mini computer can support 4 to 200 users work at a time. It is access to microcomputers through their PCs. Mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are multi-user, multi-programming, and high performance computer. Mainframe computers are multi-user and multi-programming and high performance computers. They operate at a very high speed, have very large storage capacity, can handle the workload of many users. Mainframe computers are large and powerful system generally used in centralized database. The user accesses the mainframe computer via a terminal. They may be a dumb terminal. An intelligent terminal or a PC. Mainframe computers are used in organizations like banks and companies where many people require frequent access to the same data. Here mainframe computers are multi-user, multi-programming computers. These computers are used in organization, banks and big companies. Here system having centralized database. In this database can access any people. That's why mainframe computers are used. Next one, supercomputer. Supercomputers are the fastest and the most expensive machines. They have high processing speed compared to other computers. The speed of supercomputers is generally measured in flops, floating point operations per second. Flops. Some of the faster supercomputers can perform trillions of calculations per second. Supercomputers are built by interconnecting thousands of processors that can work in parallel. Supercomputers are used for highly calculations, intensive tasks such as weather forecasting, climate researching, molecular researching, biological researching, rocket launching and aircraft designing. Here the supercomputers are used. The supercomputers are faster and most expensive machines. They have high processing speed and the other systems. The speed supercomputer is generally measured floating point operations per second. Here trillions of calculations can be done per second. The supercomputers can calculate. It is used for high calculations, intensive tasks such as weather forecasting, climate research, molecular research, biological research, rocket launching, aircrafting, like this. The next one is hybrid computers. The third one is hybrid computers. Analog computers, digital computers, hybrid computers. Combination of analog and digital features is called hybrid computers. As per the situation, we can use the analog and digital and or both. It is a combination of analog and digital computers is called as hybrid computers. Seen the classification of computers. In the classification of computers, here we have Analog computer, digital computers, and hybrid computers. In digital computers, you have microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computers, and supercomputer. This is the classification of computers. Here, analog computers just do no have storage capacity, they don't have no storage capacity. It is only used for pressuring, temperature, volume calculations purpose, speed and voltage. Example is thermometer, volumeter, voltmeter, speedometer, like this. Next one is digital computers have four types: microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computers, and supercomputer. Here microcomputers are, we are using the PCs, laptops, notebooks. These are all the smartphones, the mini computers, microcomputers. Mini computers are up to 200 users can use. This is used for industries and application for real-time application purpose. The mainframe computers are organization and big companies are used, and banks can be used because the high amount of data stored in a database in the mini computers. The mainframe computers. Hybrid computers are analog and digital computers are called hybrid computers. Anatomy of computers. Explain the black diagram of computers, or explain the basic here, don't dismiss it. A computer system hardware comprises of the three main components: first one, input and output unit, CPU unit, and memory unit. It is a black diagram of computer. Here, input and output unit consists of the input unit and output unit. CPU performs calculations and processing on the input data to generate the output. The memory unit is used to store the data and instructions and the output information. The following figure illustrates the typical interaction among the different components of the computer. Explain the black diagram of computer. Here we have input and output, CPU, control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and memory unit. This is the black diagram of computer image. Input and output unit. The users interacts with the computer via input and output unit. The input unit accepts the data from the user, and the output provides the process data, that is the information, to the user. The input unit converts the data, that is accept from the user, into a form that is understandable by the computer. Similarly, the output unit provides the output in a form that is understandable by the user. The input is provided to the computer using input device like keyboard, trackball and mouse something. And central processing unit, CPU controls coordinates, and here we have a input unit. In input unit, the user interacts with the input unit. The input unit accepts the data from user and provides the processed data. The information is to be user. The input converts the data into that is accepted from the user into form understandable by the computer. Similarly, the output unit provides the output in a form that is understandable by the user. The input is provided to the computer using input device like keyboard, mouse or trackball. The central processing unit, the operations of the computer is responsible for processing of the data, input data. CPU consists of arithmetic logical unit and control unit. ALU performs all the arithmetic and logical operations on the input data. Control unit, the overall operations of the computer, that is checks the sequence of execution of the instructions and control the coordinates the overall functioning of the unit of computer. Additionally, CPU also has a set of register for temporary storage of data. Instructions, address and intermediate result of calculation. Here the central processing unit, CPU can perform the given input operations. The control unit can decide where the operations is done, arithmetic or logic unit. Otherwise, you want to save the memory, save in the memory or temporary memory or permanent memory. The memory stored, the central processing unit, the total operations done here. And the memory unit stores the data, instructions, intermediate result and output. Temporarily, during the processing of data, this memory is also called the main memory or primary memory of the computer. The input data that is to be processed is brought into the main memory. Before processing the instruction required for processing of data, any intermediate result are also stored in the main memory. The outputs stored in the memory before being transferred into the output device. CPU can work with the information stored in the main memory. Another kind of storage unit is also performed to the secondary memory of the computer. The data, the programs, and the output are stored permanently in the storage unit. In this computer, magnetic disk, optical disks, or magnetic tapes are example for secondary memory. Here, in this memory, the storage of data instruction intermediately means if you done any work in the intermediate, you have to store the data in the memory unit during processing of data. That is called the main memory or primary memory. Brought into the main memory before processing, the input data is to be processed. The output is stored in the memory before being transferred to the output device. CPU can work with the information stored in the main memory. Bit abbreviation B storage binary digit, single zeros and ones, 0 or 1, 1 or 0. Nibble 4 bits, byte 8 bits, KB 1024 bytes, megabyte MB 1024 KB, gigabyte GB 1024 MB, terabyte TB 1024 GB, pentabyte PB 1024 TB, exabyte EB 1024 PB. Zettabyte ZB 1024 EB, petabyte 1024 ZB. These are all the storage sizes in input and output devices. Here the block diagram of computer is completed. Yeah. First you see the classification of computer. We have today's class, we have to revision classification of computer. We have 3 classifications: analog computer, digital computer, and hybrid computer. Analog computer, digital computers, and hybrid computer. The digital computers have microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. Analog computers are work with digits only. Sorry, doesn't work with digits. They don't have the storage. They need to measure the varying physical quantities such as pressure, temperature, volumes, speed and voltage, heat, or heartbeat, like this. Example, thermometer, voltmeter, pedometer, ECG meter, like this. The digital computers are microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. Already seen. The next one is hybrid computers, the combination of analog and digital computers, or hybrid computer. Black diagram of computer. Input output unit, central processing unit CPU, and memory unit. Here consists of unit input and output unit. CPU performs the calculations and processing on the input data. It generates the output. The memory unit is used to store the data. The instructions and output information and gives the output information. The following image is black diagram of computer. First, input and output unit. The user interact with the computer via input device and output device. The input unit accepts the data from the user. The output unit provides the processed data, that is information, to the user. This is mainly an input and output device. The general central processing unit CPU controls, coordinates and supervise the operations of computer. It is responsible for processing of the input data. CPU consists of arithmetic logic ALU and control unit CU. ALU performs the arithmetic and logical operations. ALU performs and only arithmetic and logical operations here on the input data. If we give the input data in the arithmetic or logical, only ALU can perform the arithmetic and logic. The controls CU control unit controls overall operations of the computer, that is checks the sequence of execution of instructions and controls of the coordinates the overall functioning of the units of the computer. Additionally, CPU also has set of register of temporary storage for instructions, addresses and intermediate result of calculation. The memory unit is storage data with the intermediate result. The output is stored in the memory before being transferred into the output device. CPU can work with the information stored in the main memory. The units of calculations and the storage is here bit, binary digit 0, 1 or 0. The nibble 4 digits, so bytes. Byte is 8. Byte is also byte by octal. We know kilobyte, KB, MBs, megabytes, GBs, gigabyte, TB. Now we are using up to TB. 1 TB. 1 TB is equal to 1024 GB. 1024 GB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. 1024 MB. 1 MB is equal to 1024 KB. 1 KB is equal to 8 bytes. Here 1 byte is equal to 4 nibbles. 1 nibble is equal to bit. Then after terabyte we have a pentabyte, exabyte and gigabyte, petabyte. These are all the storage sizes stored in the system. Now we are using up to terabyte. This is the overall input and output and black diagram of computer. Next one, we have to learn about the input and output devices in the next session. Here we see the input and output in the black diagram of computers. We have to learn about input devices and output devices. Today we see the classification of computer and black diagram of computers.